Hi everybody, it's me. I just want to explain some things about my tubal reversal, which happened July 2017. I got a glare in my truck. My husband's on the roof. He's a roofer. I'll show y'all right quick. Let y'all know a little about me. Well, it won't let me just flip my camera. I don't know how to work this thing. Well, my kids usually help me. Well, I had a tubal reversal in July last year, 2017. Right now it's March 21st. I just want to explain how it went and how I felt afterwards and how much it cost and who did my procedure and, well, here goes. Let me just stop explaining what I'm going to explain and just explain it. Well, it was about $5,200. We had it at Morgan City, which is down south Louisiana, which we live in Louisiana, so it was just a couple hour drive for us. I'm 34. I've had my tubes tied for 11 years. My baby is 12, about to be 13, and I have a 13-year-old who will be 14 soon in May. Well, they're excited about us having a baby. Well, I found new love. We've been together going on 8 years, maybe 7, 8 years. We've been married. This month makes 3 years. He's got kids, and of course I have kids, and we're trying to have kids together, which most people, I want to give them a baby. Most women want to give their husbands a baby, so that's what my goal is. Well, like I said before, I'm going to say it again. In July, we went and had our tubal reversal. It went good. The procedure was nice. See, when I had my tubes tied, I was 19 or 20. And they cut, tied, and burned my tubes. So it was, I didn't know you could get your tubes untied and have a baby. I just was Googling one day and it said I could. So I was like, hey, we could try it. And all the doctors on there were really expensive. But we saved up our money. You know, he's a roofer, so it took him a few roofs to get it together. And we talked about it and we decided to go on and do the reversal. Well, we've gotten pregnant twice since then. We found out we were pregnant in December, like December 12th or 13th. I started bleeding. Went to the doctor. They said that it must have been ectopic because they couldn't find the pregnancy nowhere. And they gave me some Metrodox, I think the name is, 2 shots in both my hips. Because I had already started bleeding and I had already started passing large blood clots and stuff, I knew something wasn't right instantly. So they had me do the blood test, HCG levels. It shows that, okay, she's miscarrying. But I'm not sure why they gave me the Metrodox shot. I guess they were just wanting to make sure it wasn't in my tubes, knowing I just had a tubal reversal. They didn't want to take no chances for me, which I really appreciate it. But, you know, we slipped up and accidentally, you're supposed to wait 3 months after the shot, at least 3 months after the Metrodox shot, because it actually, it'll hinder you whenever you get pregnant. It could hurt the baby. And, well, we got pregnant less than the 3 months. It had actually been, I had only ovulated twice instead of the 3 times. And, accident happened. We got pregnant and I kind of knew right off. So, because I use a fertility tracker, which is Candira, by the way. It's awesome. And it's actually, it keeps track for you. It tells you when you're ovulating. It tells you when your period's about to come. And then it's got other women on there that's been through the same thing. So, they've kind of had the same exact experiences that I've had. So, there's one person on there that I actually communicate with, who's actually had the reversal and who's actually pregnant, and she actually should be having her baby like any day now. And she's actually got pregnant her first time. You know, it was like good experiences for other people that was making it more positive for me and making me feel more confident in the fact that we would be able to conceive. So well, let's get back to my second pregnancy, which was on February 2nd. I just started hurting real bad, so I went to the emergency room, whatever the second is on the 2nd, and then after I left the emergency room, I left with the fact that they said that I had the baby in my uterus. They called it UT something. I'm not sure what it's called, but they said that the baby was in my uterus and it was fine and I could just go home. I was pregnant and they did my levels and my level was 26. So I went to the home. I went home, and then that night I started hurting real bad. Like, it was really bad, and I started hurting, and then my husband's like, well, let's just go back to the emergency room the next day. So we went back the next day. I mean, I was hurting. It was hurting like bad in my chest area. It was like through my right boob underneath it, and it was all the way going to my back. I think it was just trapped gas or something, because the woman who did my ultrasound at the ER, she said that trapped gas can make you feel that way. And they did, they made me sign wagers against, for it won't hurt the baby and stuff like that, because at this time they're still thinking that I'm pregnant and it's in my uterus, and they ordered me another ultrasound. Well, they also had to do a where they had to check. They had a MRI, or it's called something. I'm not sure with doctors' abbreviations and stuff like that, but they had to do the blood work. So they had to shield my stomach area with the thing, so the ultra things won't hurt the baby. So whenever they did my EKG, nothing came back. So like my lungs, my heart, everything's good, and so they couldn't figure out why I was hurting so bad. Well, I end up going back. No, wait, I was still at the hospital, and then I had to go back to the ultrasound, because while you're at the ER, they run you through all these things. Well, down south they do. We have great doctors down south, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. Well, they ran and did all the tests they could do on me, possibly, and they had found out that I was, from the ultrasound, it looked as if there was something in my tube, on my left tube. They found something, so they waited. My doctor was out of town, so they actually just admitted me into the hospital, which was awesome. My husband was there, so they put us in a room, so he got to get in a bed, because he'd been at work, and he had to leave work, and it was just a long time. It was excruciating, and while we're at the hospital, and we're waiting on my doctor to come, they did my blood test, and then they come back and they ask me if I have been bleeding or cramping or anything, and I'm not cramping or anything, and I'm not bleeding. I had that pain that was in my chest that was going to my back so bad. It was just so bad. And they said that's not related to anything having to do with ectopic pregnancy. Well, whenever they came in and they said something was in my tube, they said that they think I'm pregnant. They gave me options. Either I can have the surgery, which I don't want to have the surgery, because I just had surgery to have my tubes tied, and I didn't want to jeopardize anything. And then they said that they can give me the Metrodox shot again, so I was like, well, I done went through this once, it can't be that bad, I'll just do the shot again. Well, I did the shot, and again, they did it in both hips. They let me stay there. My doctor had done come and explained everything to me and had left, and they made me stay there another 2 hours after the shot just to check on me and make sure everything was okay. Everything was fine. We got to leave and go home. We actually had a wedding to go to in Mississippi, so we left to go to my nephew's wedding. And then whenever we was up there in the room, I had been cramping and hurting the whole drive. I didn't really want to complain to my husband, because I complained about so much anyways. I didn't want to just make him upset, because it's his nephew, and I didn't want to impose or anything like that. I just sucked it up and dealt with the pain, but it was excruciating. I'm not gonna lie, it was like the worst pain I ever felt. But after Googling and finding out now, to come to find out, they were making me pass the baby, which was in my tubes, which isn't a baby yet. It's just the embryo, forming in my tube. So they gave the Metrodox. It actually stops it from doubling up, and it cancels it, and it passes it through. So I started bleeding like the second day we were gone, and then I started bleeding bad. But the cramping and stuff had stopped hurting so bad. Like I was starting to feel okay. It's March now, and we've been getting through this. I haven't had my menstrual cycle yet. I'm still waiting on it. But we're gonna wait till July to try to conceive again. Everybody out there, I just wanted y'all to hear my story on my ectopic pregnancy after my tubal reversal, and let y'all know that at least I got pregnant. Like, I mean, the tubal reversal worked. We got pregnant twice, and I know God has a plan for everything, so He's gonna oversee us and watch over us and guide us. Y'all women, don't lose your faith, and just know that if it's meant, it's gonna happen. So I just know that everything's gonna be all right. And I'd like y'all to continue following me if you'd like. I'm new to this, so I'm going to try to set up my computer and stuff at home. You know, it's in my room, and it's just building dust. So I'm going to actually try to move it into my living room and try to start using it and try to come out. Like, I've been into a depressed stage because of the reversal was so hard on me, because I'm so used to being outdoors and doing stuff, and I'm used to cutting our grass. You know, we have like a little small farm. We have horses, and we have a lot of dogs, and I have cats, and I have flying squirrels, and I have a bird, and, you know, we have so much going on. I've planted an oasis in the back, and I've fallen into this depression. And then we live in Marksville, Louisiana, which we have been getting nothing but rain lately, which is crazy. So we can't really get yard work done. But luckily, I just went and got me a zero-turn lawnmower instead of our just regular lawnmowers like we've been had. So I got out there and actually cut our grass like last week, and it felt good to be outside. It feels good to get out and do stuff and to get out of this little depression stage that I'm saying I'm not in, but I have to be in because I'm not doing nothing at my house. And so just anybody out there who's been through the same story, just keep your head up and keep praying. Bye.